the Chicago football team has signed wide receiver DJ Moore. He got paid. He got the bag. 4-year contract extension for DJ Moore. He's the cat that came over from the Carolina Panthers, and the number 1 draft pick was flipped, and that turned out to be such a great pick for the Carolina Panthers. They have their forever quarterback now, and the Bears have their forever wide receiver. So we are told the deal is worth $110 million dead presidents and $82.6 million guaranteed. The money train is not slowing down around pro football. These are boom times, and they continue. So let us discuss this latest mega contract that guys like Yafimi and G-Manch in Chicago are all excited about. The Bears locking up one of their key players. And the Bears, one of the darling teams. You look at the gambling market, they're one of the teams getting a lot of action. Caleb Williams is going to be great, and they're going to be a playoff team in the NFC this year. So let's discuss all of this. The question, where are you at on DJ Moore and his massive payday, his humongous payday with the Bears? So I've got the general, Scotch tape, and pharmacist. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to give you meds, which is what these Olympic athletes are going to need. They're going to need not garlic. I think this is beyond garlic as they race around. Now, number 1. Yeah. DJ Moore, whatever he's doing, and I'm not sure what he's doing it right. I know that. I know he's doing it right because his original deal ran through the 2025 season. So the Bears did not have to give him anything. And they normally don't give people anything. They don't have to give something to. So anyway, they said, well, he was 17th among wide outs in money. It's a big deal. Talk about that all the time. Where are you ranked? Where am I ranked, by the way, in overnight radio? I don't want to know. Money. But now, ta-da! DJ Moore is 7th on the big board of receiver salaries. He's number 7. So he went from 17th to 7. And I've determined that DJ Moore is the general, right? General Mills. You talk about Lucky Charms here. A big bowl of Lucky Charms. He is going to be the first, I believe, non-quarterback. Was it first player ever to have the first 10 years of his NFL career fully guaranteed? Or the most guaranteed money over the first 10 years of his career. I saw that stat bouncing around. It's an insane stat. I'm paraphrasing it. But he's been able to do the impossible just in Chicago alone, because these aren't your daddy Chicago Bears, convincing the notoriously frugal franchise in the Windy City to open up the checkbook and to pull out the pen and write a check, and they've done it. The biggest contract in Bears franchise history. Holy Walter Payton and Refrigerator Perry Batman. And surrounded last season in Chicago by manure. It's like he was swimming in the river in Paris last season. And DJ Moore coming off a career season for the Chicago Bears. How good was he? Had 1,300 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns, despite being part of a Bears team led by a guy who stinks in Justin Fields. They had the 27th ranked passing offense. And keep in mind, the Bears did not even have Justin Fields. They had Tyler Bagent, I believe was his name, something like that, who was the backup. Who came in there and played a few games. But there you go. So now it's Caleb Williams. He's in the big chair, Caleb Williams. Now, speaking of that, the $82.6 million guaranteed is actually the third most. So while overall he's 7th on the wide receiver money list, DJ Moore now moves on up to a penthouse in the sky on the Upper East Side. He is now trailing only Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown in guaranteed money, which is the most important thing. Am I wrong in saying that? Is that a bad take? The most important thing is the guaranteed money? Yeah, to me, that's it. Guaranteed money. Because most of it's not in the NFL. All right, now, page 2. We stay in Chicago. We stay with the Bears. And we're going to talk about Caleb Williams here for a second, the number one overall pick. So Caleb Williams, what do you think about this story bouncing around that Caleb Williams has requested his Bears teammates clean up after themselves better in the locker room? That they're disheveled and they're putting pressure on the cleaning crew that should not be put on them. So the story, maybe it's a fairy tale, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm hearing it secondhand, but that Caleb Williams is going around telling his teammates, hey, you got to clean up after yourself. What's wrong with you? All right, so my answer to that, what do we think of it? I love it. I think it's great. It's very relatable. It is relatable. I say bravo, right? You're not Porky Pig, so stop acting like you're Porky Pig, right? And you see this a lot with people who are entitled or think they're entitled. Maybe they're not even entitled. They don't like to pick up after themselves. And I say good job by Caleb, if this report is accurate. Good job by him. And I would recommend that he go out and get some Scotch tape, get the Scotch tape, and put the "Your mother doesn't work here" sign up right on top of the microwave in the break room in the Bears locker room. Just put it right there. Say, your mother didn't work here, so clean up after yourself. What's wrong with you? And I do relate to this story because coming in here on Sunday into Monday, they do not, for some reason, decide. I guess nobody makes trash on the weekends. They don't clean up the trash around here on the weekends. So I'll come in here Sunday night into Monday to start my work week surrounded by trash. There's like a half-eaten tuna sandwich over there. There's candy wrappers over there. There's like bottles of I don't even know what over here. These Schmendricks, I don't know who's leaving all the food. They're eating very well. I know it's very difficult to do a 3 or 4 hour radio show and not eat. How can anyone do that? So no wonder the cockroaches. We're on like the 6th or 7th generation of cockroaches. All right, now final point. We head to SoCal in the Oxnard, north of where we're broadcasting from right now, but not that far away. Just up the 101 freeway here in Southern California. And did the Cowboys make a big move? No. Did they trade for something? No. Did they sign something? No, they did not. What is this all about? We're still going to pay a visit to Jerry's West Coast world. The Cowboys training camp attendance said to be redonkulously low. It's ridiculously low that the normal packed stands to watch the Cowboys have been a Western ghost town, like an old Western ghost town at this point. That's what's going on. So is this something or is this nothing? Is it something or nothing? So it is absolutely something. I'm talking about it, so I think it's something. I'm bringing it up here with you. And this is, after a psychoanalysis of this story, I have determined that this is a byproduct of past actions. And if Jerry Jones wants to know exactly how this happened, he should call his pharmacist, get the pharmacist on the phone. I know he has one. This is what's known as a side effect. This is what happens when you don't get the big free agent addition in the offseason, when you don't trade for someone of name brand value. This is a result, right? There's not a lot of juice in the bottle. There's not a lot of buzz about this vintage of the Cowboys. They choked last year, and it's pretty much the gang is back together yet again. They have not broken up the band, unless you think that linebacker Eric Kendricks, who was one of the outside players they brought in from the Chargers, is going to bring a conga line of fans with him. Maybe he thought that the Zeke Elliott fan club would be back. They brought him into Dallas again from the Patriots. But the fans have spoken. And the most important thing, the most valuable thing you have and I have is our time. And so the fans have spoken, and they've said, hey, I'm not going to give you my time right now. Well, it's during the week. It's hot. It's always during the week. It's always hot, and they're always packing in the fans. So the fans are saying, whoop-dee-damn-do is what the Cowboy fans are saying. So that I promise you, Jerry Jones, when he's out there and he's looking around and he's seeing a lot of empty seats at Cowboy training camp, he's like, what's going on? I don't get it. I don't understand.